Boom! How's going? How's going? It is I, TJ, coming straight live to you. And I want to talk about what is the real reason why people are not able to see property opportunities. Yeah, I do properties. I'm seeing opportunities everywhere for passive income. And we do this in the cities that we invest in: Johannesburg, Pretoria. Good morning, Johannesburg. Good morning, Cape Town. Good morning, Durban. And wherever you could be. I do property all the time. And what do I mean by all the time? I see these opportunities, and my partners and I, we go and invest in them, and out of it, we get what is called passive income. But of late, we've been getting what we call infinity returns. Infinity returns, another conversations for another day, if you don't know what it is. But good morning to you. And if you're watching us for the first time, somewhere in the comments, you can say good morning to me. It is just good to say good morning to each other. And out of that, also, you can tell me where you're watching us from. Okay, good stuff. And then I also want to stress out the fact that actually, maybe not let's stress out about so many things. Let's jump into the conversation. And that conversation is, how come for some people, like what is the primary reasons of not being able to identify opportunities? That's what I want to address too. The first thing that I want to address is that everyone has the same set of eyes. Everyone has 5 brains. Everyone drives around and walks around. But how come others just see opportunities better than others? And I think I have nailed it in terms of what is the primary reason. And I'm going to share with you what is the primary reasons, and I'm going to share with you how we can actually move away from that reason. There's many reasons, but there's a primary reason to it. Okay, let's jump into it. The primary reason is that, like for instance, I do all of this all the time, and then people say to me, you know what, it can be done in our own area. You know what, TJ, what you're doing in Joburg can be done in Cape Town. And I'm like, really? Let me prove you wrong. So we went to Cape Town. There we are. We got an office. Someone said, nah, it can't be done in Durban. We are out in Durban in the coastal here. You know what? We went in there. We opened up an office and we are slaying it. And someone else, like, you get the drift. So what is the primary reason then? The primary reason is that, let me just debug it for you. And if this resonates with you, or if this is going to make sense with you, I want you to put in some comments there and let me know what actually resonated with you with that primary reason that I'm going to give you. So the primary reason is number one. Well, if there is primary reason, it is only the number one, isn't it? So the primary reason is, again, welcome. It is Tuesday today. And happy Tuesday it is. We talk about anything and everything around real estate. But what is the primary reasons of not being able to identify opportunities? It is the fact that the people whom you are related with, they went to school and you went to school. The other reason is that the people within your community, they went to school and you went to school. What do I mean by that? Okay. You can only know as much as your previous generation knows, not unless you want to know more. Right? I'm going to give you an example. When I was born, right, my dad literally left. So I don't have anything from my father that he learned. I don't have it. Like I'm a solo, free spirit, right? I don't have any benchmark of what things should be from his perspective. He missed the boat from teaching me that. But however, then someone else came by, and this was my foster parents. And my foster parents had their own thinking in terms of their own bringing, in terms of how their parents raised them. You cannot go and start making ice to make tea if no one else has never done it in your family. You can't, because it's unheard of, right? Besides, it's unheard of and it's so far away. So how are you going to make the ice into tea? Everyone is going to tell you, hey, by the time you take the ice out and you want to put it into the pot, it's going to melt, because that's what we are all accustomed to. So what am I trying to say here? Very simply put, the school system in which we have all been raised, right, is the same that our parents went into. So if our families, our siblings, our fathers and things like that, they have been trained to become doctors, employees and things like that, there is no way we are going to turn up to be businessmen and to be entrepreneurs, because it's not within our sphere, right? So what we are trained and what we are conditioned to do is what we become. Not unless we actually decide to say, hold on, what else is out there? When Robert Kiyosaki came through from America, and we went through and we went to his event, and we're like, oh, you can do this. When Tony Robbins came through, and then we're like, oh, you can think about this. When TJ is talking in here, we're like, oh, it can be done in Johannesburg, in Cape Town, or wherever. Now you are getting accustomed, or you're getting new information other than what you are conditioned to do. And for that reason, you start now trying to figure out, how best can I do this? But let me reassure you that if you are not going to ever look outside your community, outside your parents, let's assume your father is a farmer. His father was a farmer. His father's father was a farmer. So what you know is just about growing potatoes. That's what you know, because it's been passed on to generations. The day that you're going to go to town, you're going to be freaked out. Like, hold on, there are cars out there other than tractors. Oh, wow. Okay? You see what I'm talking about here? Okay, so what is the primary reasons of not being able to see opportunities? It is exposure, exposure, exposure. The more you're exposed to different things, the more your mind is going to open up to what are the possibilities. That's why I'm always checking out guys from the States. I'm always checking out guys from the UK. I'm now checking out guys from Asia, checking out guys from the South Americans, like countries like Brazil, countries that are like us in South Africa, where poverty is hard stricken. Are the guys that are not making it big there? They are there. How are they doing it? Oh, they are doing it. They are building alternative housing like this. So that's what you need to figure out. So the primary reason is the education, and I don't mean education going through to grade 1 to grade 8 and what. I don't mean that. I mean what's sitting in our heads in terms of what we've been exposed to from generation to generation. Because the moment you are going to start thinking like Elon Musk, guess what? You have no support structure, because your own parents think that you can't do it. Your own siblings pull you down because you can't do it, right? So your environment, the way that we are educated. So guess what? You know, in my household, my wife and I, we think anything can be done because we have no benchmark, right? And besides that, me and my partners, we are always thinking we can do it. But how best do you do it? You go baby steps that you need to pull in. Other than baby steps, you also have the planning that needs to come into it. Yesterday, I spent the whole day with my business partners planning out for 2021. Did we even finish? No, we didn't. But we started, and we're going to be doing it. So what is the real reason? The real reason is that you are not educated enough to actually be able to spot the opportunities. But you can turn it around. How best can you turn it around? Here's a couple of things that you can do. I'm of the view that there's 3 things that you can do to actually be able to spot opportunities. The first one is that you can educate yourself, right? What do I mean by that? Education never stops. I'm going to encourage you to read books. Books are amazing because it's people like me. I'm an author, and I've also written a book. You can get my book from my website. It's free. You just need to pay for courier. It's free, right? Out of that, dig in, cut your teeth in there, sink your teeth in there, and like figure out, what was he trying to say, TJ here? Oh, this is it, what he was talking about. There's many people out there that have written books. for 200 Rand, for 300 Rand, you can get a wealth of information. But it's not good enough to get wealth of information. Implement it. And that's how you are able to spot opportunities. I read a book. I'm not going to tell you the guy's name, but even the book, I'm not going to tell you. I read a book and I'm implementing some of those things and I'm winning because someone else has written it. I bought it for 250 Rand and that guy and I'm winning because of the secrets that he implemented in there. So what are you getting stuck with? Is there a book out there that you can physically go and buy, read, scribble it out, and read it again? Some books I've had to read them 4 or 5 times. Go to school. I don't mean going to school, going back to do your matric. I don't mean that. If you don't have matric, it's okay. You can go back, learn the fundamentals. But thereafter, go through to M5 Property Varsity. If property is for you, then learn how to do property. Right now, we're running a special. You can get the fundamentals for 597 for the month of November. 597, you can get it. Like this course is normally 5,997. You're getting it at the 97, 90% discount. What else do you get? On top of that, you get the spreadsheet in terms of how the deal calculator. You can get that. It's in a spreadsheet. You can literally open it up. What do you get on top of that? You can even get my book if you want for free. Yes. But hold on. That's how you get started, isn't it? So for you to be able to spot opportunities in whatever area that you are wanting to do it in, you need to be educated. Education is key. Okay, fine, you can't get to books. Really? Go to the library. Okay? What else can you do? If you're on YouTube, dig into YouTube. I don't know how many videos I've done. You can learn all of that for free. But don't just learn, implement. Okay. So education is key. If your mind is not uneducated, if your mind is not, if you haven't unlearned, that's what I wanted to say, not uneducated. If your mind needs, some people's minds, there needs to be, you need to unlearn what you've learned because you have learned quite a lot. And each time you see a deal, you're like, this deal is too. By the time you go back to it, it's gone. So what am I talking about here? You've got so much knowledge in your head. Sometimes it's preventing you from getting the deal. You got all the money in the world. For some of you got all the money. You got 20 million sitting in your bank account, but you can't execute one simple deal. When you see me pulling up a deal for 200,000, by the way, I'd like you to invest in it, by the way, also. You freak out. Why? Because there is a primary reason there that we can address. That is education. If you fail to do this and you're like TJ, even this learning thing, it's above my pay grade. I don't want to do it. I want to do something else. Then good. I've got a second option for you. Second option is that you can invest alongside me, right? Right now, I've got in the comments, right? You can actually jump there. I've got the deal. There is a deal that you can invest in today at a minimum of 100,000. Guess what I'm going to give you? I'm going to give you 14%. 1-4, baby. That's right. That's right. You heard it right. 14%. 1-4. For every 100,000, I'm going to give in your bank account 1,166. That's what you're going to get. No questions asked. On the 10th of each month, that money is coming through to you, baby. That's it. Right? So that's the second thing. What if you put in 200,000? Well, it's times 2. What if you put in 500,000? Well, it's 5 times 5. Whatever you put in, right? Whatever you put in, the minimum is 100,000. Okay. I was listening to the radio the other day, yesterday, actually, my boy is writing his exams and I was dropping off at the hospital. And I was listening to a channel, right? And I won't mention the channel's name, but actually my little boy loves Anele quite a lot. So he listens to that. So, I was coming back and, I continued listening. And then there is the Blue Bank that was there advertising, and they were saying they will give you, I think they mentioned 4%. Oh, Lord. Right. If your money is in the bank right now, it is breathing fire. It's dying. It's crying out loud. I can't breathe. That's what it's doing. Yeah. How can we help you? I went onto their website the other day and I saw they've got an option there for 8%. Right. That's where your money is at right now, isn't it? So how about you bring it to Uncle TJ? Secure with the property, we give you 14%. 1-4. That's what I said. 1-4. The same money will take you potentially 2 years at How Can We Help You to get to what you can get to me in 1 year. Boo! I like that. That's money working for you. All right. Then the last option that you want to do is you want to sit on the bench, do nothing with your money and do nothing with your time. Let's see what's going to happen to you in the next 1 to 2 years. Boom. My name is TJ. Let's hang out with you. Let's check you out a little bit later. For some of you who are coming through to the investor session tonight, gear up, gear up. It's going to be exciting things that we're going to be talking about. And let's join in the mission. Cheers.